Health is wealth. Yeah, let me say that again. Health is wealth. Welcome to the Daily Genius. I am Dr. Will. Super excited that you're here inside the nation with us to take this journey of 365 videos that I'm going to be sharing with you. And the whole premise, as I've been sharing, is that I just want to take you behind the scenes and give you a behind the scenes of how I deal with business, how I deal with life, how I manage it all. And hopefully in the process, you gain some valuable information that you can implement into your life as well. So today I wanted to talk to you guys about making your health a priority, making your health a priority. And we look at priorities of life. Health has to be number one. Health has to be number one because nothing else matters if you don't have good health. You understand what I mean? Nothing else matters if you don't have good health. Doesn't matter how much money you accumulate. Doesn't matter how many friends and family you have if you don't manage and make your health a priority. A couple of years ago, maybe 2 years ago, maybe 2 years ago, I was diagnosed with type 2 diabetes. I was diagnosed with type 2 diabetes. And I was only about 45 years old. So it was very, very shocking, but not very shocking because those of us that are a part of the African-American community, we know that's one of the things that we deal with. As a matter of fact, they call it the silent killer. They call it the silent killer. And there's a couple other silent killers out there. And I would always hear this terminology, silent killer, but really didn't know what it meant. But then I went to the doctor for my annual checkup and I got diagnosed with type 2 diabetes. And it really is literally the silent killer because for me, I didn't have really any symptoms per se or symptoms that I thought was connected to having diabetes. If you don't know about diabetes, then you don't know the symptoms. And if you are having a symptom, you don't know that's a symptom of diabetes, right? So I went to the doctor and they tell me I have type 2 diabetes. And so when you have type 2 diabetes, it deals with your insulin, your body not generating enough insulin. So I had to start taking insulin shots. I had to start checking my blood every morning by way of a needle. I would have to stick a needle in my finger, check my blood, check the number, and that number would help me regulate my blood. And then you have to look at your diet. You got to look at your eating. And so I had to start learning a lot about food and the different foods that impacted my body. I had to learn how, eating this would cause this. If I ate this, it was going to cause my blood sugar to spike. If it caused my blood sugar to spike, then that impacts my kidney and all that kind of stuff. It's a whole lot that goes on. But one of the things that really got me was like literally that day one that they diagnosed me with that, they sent me home with like all this medicine. Like literally they sent me home with all this medicine. And I'm looking at myself at 45 and I'm like, nah, I can't do this. I can't be the medicine guy for, another 40 years. And I'm talking about, they were telling me, all right, take these 3 pills in the morning, then take these 4 pills in the afternoon, then take these 5 pills in the evening. And so what I did was I started talking with my doctor and I said, okay, the first thing I did, I started researching diabetes, see if diabetes could be reversed or whatever, managed a little bit better without medicine. So I started researching all of that. What I found out was that you literally could reverse diabetes. You would have to change your diet, all that kind of stuff. And so once I started doing that, I started researching, finding out what I needed to change, what I needed to modify. And thankfully, in a good way, mine was caused by just poor eating. I had poor eating habits. I would eat a lot of sweets and things like that. And those are the triggers. So thankfully for mine, just by me monitoring what I ate and then stopping eating certain foods in abundance help mine reverse. And so here I am 2 years later. I'm not on insulin. I'm not on any of the medicines or anything like that. It's just now monitoring monitoring what I eat and then learning. I'm always learning. I'm always learning what foods trigger my body. And everybody, this is a personal journey. Some foods may trigger you and some foods may not. Some foods that trigger me will not trigger you. So it's really a personal journey. But the overarching is I want you guys to go and make sure you're getting your checkups. Making sure you're talking to your doctors. If you feel something, see something, go talk to them. Make sure you're getting all the tests, get a second and third opinion and all that type of stuff, because our health, it doesn't matter, what greatness we do. If we don't have our health, none of it matters. And so I wanted to come and share that with you because that's something like a lot of us don't talk about. And I'm not a health guru, and I'm not turning into a health guru, and I'm not telling you what to eat, what not to eat. I'm just telling you, just make sure you're checking yourself. Make sure, because one of the things that I was so thankful for was, number one, that I have the opportunity to go to the doctor and get checked up. And there's so many people, when we hear people dying at 50, we hear people dying at 45. A lot of times it's because they weren't getting those checkups, and it's because these things are silent killers. By me going to something else happened, by me going to the doctor and getting regular checkups. I went and got a colonoscopy, and when I got that, they found I forget what they call, but lymphs or something that could eventually cause cancer. And so because I'm getting regularly checkups, they were able to find them, able to remove them. And they did a biopsy or whatever, and they found that they weren't cancerous. But if I would have never went to the doctor, they could have set inside of me. And that's why they're the silent killers. They would have set inside of me and could have morphed into being cancer. But because you're always hearing men go make sure you get your prostate checked, make sure you get your colonoscopy and all that kind of stuff. Like, you got to take that stuff serious, because it's not like, oh, you're going to feel a pain and that's going to trigger you. No, these things can sit in your body for years. These, your prostate, like, they have to check it. Like, the only way you can tell if something's wrong with your prostate, you got to go get it checked. And so we got to get comfortable with this type of stuff. I know, especially for men, I know, especially in the African-American community, like, we have all these things about, health and doctors and medicine and all that kind of stuff, but you got to go. You got to go and get checked up. So I wanted to share that with you as we're going into a new year. Make sure you make your health a priority. All right, guys, go out there and have a fantastic day. And I'll see you right back here in the nation tomorrow morning for another Daily Genius.